YouTube. Hi, Facebook. Please come on please say hi if you come on. Please say hi. If you're watching the replay, comment hashtag replay so I know how many people watch this. Okay? So I'll know how many people watch this after I post it. Okay? Alrighty. So. Alright, guys. I am making taco lasagna. Yummy. For Taco Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Let me bring up the recipe. Okay. Alrighty, so here it is. It's a reel.
And then drain the grease and season it with some taco seasoning. Use water.
Okay, so there's not much to it. So I think because I watched it's a reel, but she says it and does it quick. But it's 1.5 pounds of ground beef, which I suggest for you guys that if you are doing this recipe and you're not doubling it, which I am not, I should have, but I'm not, because it has 3 layers. Okay, like it has a bottom layer of tortillas, then ground beef, then pico, then tortillas again, ground beef, tortillas, ground beef, a layer of cheese, cheese sauce, but it's made in the pan with heavy cream and Mexican cheese and stuff like that. But and then pico, and then another layer of tortillas, ground beef, the cheese sauce, pico. Okay? And then one more layer of tortillas, ground beef, cheese, and pico. And then top it off with some shredded cheese at the top. And then bake it in the oven. But now, she said 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Now, if I were to double it and do 3, then I'd probably have to do 6 layers. But no, I wouldn't, because I still do those 3 layers. I just add a little more ground beef because the 1.5 pounds that she said, she put a little bit of ground beef on each layer. It did not even look like a lot. It's like, I don't know, for some reason when I do casseroles that have layers and it's ground beef, I want the whole layer to be covered with ground beef, not just spread apart with emptiness in between the ground beef, because you're only putting a little bit, so you're spreading it so thin, there's barely no ground beef. I want a thick layer of ground beef, not super thick, but you know what I mean. So even if I were to do a single layer, I'd still want to have at least 1/2 pound to 1 pound more of ground beef, just to have enough ground beef for the layers. You know what I mean? But anyway, she said 1.5 pounds. This is 2 pounds. Okay, this is 2 pounds. Because I do everything with 2 pounds, so it's a 1/2 pound more, so hopefully these 3 layers will be good. I don't know, I may only do 2 layers. I don't know because it just doesn't seem like enough ground beef for 3 layers. And I didn't think about going for 3 pounds of ground beef. That would have been doubling the ground beef. That means I would have had to double everything. No, because I would have been just putting this, I would have been making the same layers, just a little bit extra ground beef on each layer. So if I would have doubled the ground beef, which I will next time if we like this, which I keep forgetting on my paper to write down the names of the recipes that we like so I can remake it. But anyways, if we like this and I make it again, instead of doing 2 pounds, I'm going to do 3 pounds. That's 1.5 pounds she called for. I said I'm going to double it to 3 pounds. I'm not going to double the rest of the recipe because it's just so I can put a little more ground beef between each layer. So the layers won't be so thin. It'll be a little thicker. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean? I just want the layers to be a little thicker. I don't want that down a little bit. I still want y'all to be able to see the stove a little bit, but my face too. See what I'm cooking, see? Okay, Facebook. YouTube. See, can y'all see that? So, okay. I just want to be able to have thicker layers of, Now, in the video, this is what it shows. I've seen several videos of people doing this. Now, I don't know if I should try it. I might try it because there's not much grease. There's not much. Really, there isn't. So and the ground beef is almost done. Okay, guys? So instead of pouring it into a strainer, what they did was they kind of tilted the grease to one side and pushed the ground beef to the other side, put a couple of paper towels in there and moved it around, went like this with the spoon on top, and just wiped away some of the grease, and that's it. So I might do that, okay? But I got my taco seasoning. That's my favorite. I like Ortega. But I've got some more taco seasoning in case I need it, but it's not the brand I like that brand for seasonings. I think it's wherever I put it. I think it's McCormick. Yeah, it's McCormick. But I like McCormick's seasoning, so the taco seasoning should be just fine, but I'd rather have Ortega, but when I picked it up, I wasn't thinking, I was just looking for it. Okay? And there's going to be pico in there. My son has to give me some pico. He called me and asked me, when do I put the pico in? Do I put it at the end of the recipe or what? Because what he wanted to do was he wanted to go get my husband from work, which from here, with traffic on a weekday, could take 30 minutes. And it was just like 10 minutes before 6. So I'm pretty sure he's already there and they're on their way back. So he said, we're going to stop at the HEB that's like right down the street. They're going to pick up some pico de gallo. Because really it's not going to go in here. It's going, tortilla, ground beef, cheese sauce. And then the pico. So let me see. Oh, my phone. I'm just going to play it real quick. I want to see something. See, it goes on.
Ground beef and then drain the grease.
I'm just seeing
seasoning
something.
with some taco seasoning. Use 1 or 2 packets just depending on how much seasoning you like. Once that's cooked, remove it from your pan and then add 4 tablespoons of butter. Melt that and then whisk in 2 cups of heavy cream. You'll then slowly whisk in 2 cups of shredded.
Okay, so it does show taking the ground beef, draining the thing, and then taking the ground beef out and putting it on a plate or in a bowl, whatever. Okay? And then using the same pan for the cheese sauce because I don't want to dirty up 2 pans. So, and it just showed putting the taco seasoning on, no water, like you do for tacos. You know how you put water and the taco seasoning and then you let it cook for a few so the liquid will thicken up and cook down? Yeah, no water. Okay, no water. Now she said a pack or 2 of taco seasoning, depending on what you like, because it's 1.5 pounds. So that would actually be like 1.5 packs. But since I'm doing 2 pounds, I'm going to do 2 packs, which is 6 tablespoons or 1/2 cup. Because according to this thing, it says, like I said before, I'm only repeating it all the time because I've got new people coming on. 1/4 cup to 1 pound. So I'm guessing 3 tablespoons will make 1/4. That, you know. So I'm guessing that's what it says. Okay. So I might this time I usually do, but this time I might just do the whole 1/2 cup. That's 1 cup. 1/4 cup per pound. So didn't I just see it? Oh yeah, I missed on it. Yeah, I saw it and I forgot where I had seen it. See, this is McCormick. What type of taco seasoning you guys like? I use a lot of it. That's why I get the big one. Getting the packets is just. Plus, sometimes I like a little extra taco seasoning. So I don't think this is gonna make half some setup. Go ahead and take that off. Okay, so let me get a bowl out so I can put this ground beef in. I'm just gonna get 3 paper towels and I'm gonna try this. I thought it was a stupid idea, but you know, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna turn it down to medium. I don't know what the cheese sauce is gonna be on yet, but so just putting this in there, and you take the spoon and you just rub it around, soak up some of that. Okay. It doesn't get it all out. All right, my son says he likes season the ground beef, even if we're seasoning it with taco seasoning. Comment below. Comment below, please. Whether you come on YouTube or Facebook, do you like to season your ground beef? Because I asked this question on another live when I said something about my son liking to season the ground beef, even if we're using taco seasoning. But nobody answered. A lot of people say, comment below if you like to do this. Or do you like, if we're talking about pizza, and I said, do you like pineapple on your pizza? Comment below if you do, you know, or whatever the topic is. So, my thing is, comment below if you like to season your ground beef before you put the taco seasoning on it. Or do you not season your ground beef if you're going to use taco seasoning? I don't. My son likes to season the ground beef still, even though we use taco seasoning. So I am going to do a little bit of seasoning since my son likes it. I'm not going to put much salt. This pepper's almost gone. Let me see if I can use it up. Try to use it all up. Not a lot in there. Okay, so that's good enough. Done with that. Okay, I gotta hurry up because I already took most of the little bit of garlic powder. Just a little bit. Okay. And a little bit of onion powder. Now, I'm going to take it off real quick while I'm thinking. Now, the recipe does not say this, and a lot of recipes don't say this, but I do it all the time because we like it. I made something else, I forgot what it was, but I added, it wasn't in the ingredients, but I added 2 cans of black beans, 2 cans of corn, 2 cans of Rotel. Now, does anybody think that's a good idea? Because we love it. We'll just make ground beef with taco seasoning, and we'll put corn, black beans, Rotel, mix it all up and just dip chips, use it for scooping with chips, tortilla chips. So I'm thinking of just doing 1 can of each. Yeah, I think I will. Okay, I think I will. Just because I want to. Okay? I want to mix it in there before I take the ground beef out because I'm going to put the cheese in there. I forgot to plug in the can opener. So I'm just going to drain a little bit of this because I don't want too much liquid, just a little bit. Okay, I thought about 2 cans, but I don't want too much. Okay? I don't have to hold the can opener down. I always do, but I don't have to because it'll just go around on its own. But I definitely got to. Okay. All right, let me mix this. Now, I was not going to use the strainer to strain the ground beef because I wanted one less thing to wash. That's why I tried the paper towel trick. But I got to have something because I used to have a red one. I got to get another one. It was a small one with a handle. It was very small. And I used that to strain the black beans because you got to drain the black beans and then you got to rinse them with cold water because they got all that slimy liquid on them. It's just the way it is. So every time you use black beans, you gotta drain them and rinse them in cold water. Okay? Oh, that seasoning is good on it. Okay, so now I wonder if this will work. It's gonna be nothing. It won't be as big. I was gonna use something that you put against the pan and you could still drain it. What about this? You know how you scoop up from oil and you? I'm gonna try that. The whole can fit there. Yes, it did. So that worked. All right, bring it over past. Alrighty. Okay, so. Okay, so. It's all mixed in. Now let me get I didn't turn the stove off because I was going to put for the cheese sauce. But okay, let me get the taco seasoning in here. Okay, so that's taken care of. All right, let's see who's calling me. Okay, it's my son. Hold on, guys. Hello? No, go ahead. Okay. Bye, love you. Okay, so they're about to be at the HEB to get my pico. My son wanted to get some baked sour cream and onion chips, and he asked that I need the money that I had on my card. I only had $12, so I told him, no, you can get a bag of those. Let me close that. Okay, so let me just add a little bit more to that. The coloring is a little different, though. It is. Coloring is a little different. So let me get it all mixed up. Okay? And to make the cheese sauce, it's going to be 2 cups of heavy cream, 2 cups of heavy cream, 2 cups of Mexican cheese, or any other kind of cheese, but Mexican cheese, 2 cups. And then it said stir it up and let it mix up and get thickened up and the cheese melt. Then it said a little bit, no measurement, it said a little bit of, let me go back and see.
cups of shredded Mexican cheese. And once it's nice and cheesy like this, you'll sprinkle on some Cajun spoons of butter, melt that, and then whisk in, depending on how much seasoning you like. Once that's cooked, remove it from your pan and then add 4 tablespoons of butter, melt that, and then whisk in 2 cups of heavy cream. You'll then slowly whisk in 2 cups of shredded Mexican cheese. And once it's nice and cheesy like this, you'll sprinkle on some Cajun seasoning. You'll then grab a baking dish and cut.
Okay, so 4 tablespoons of butter. Okay, 4 tablespoons of butter. And then 2 cups of heavy whipping cream and 2 cups of Mexican cheese. Once that's all melted and nice and cheesy, then it said to add on some Cajun seasoning. Okay, Cajun seasoning. Alrighty. So, now I have Cajun seasoning, plenty of it. I've got Tony Satcheris. Okay, that's Cajun seasoning. I've got, if y'all have heard of Slap Your Mama. Slap Your Mama. Let me bring this chair a little closer, guys. I didn't realize it was so far back. And I bought this because I saw it said Cajun seasoning, but I didn't realize that Slap Your Mama and Tony's Creole seasoning was already Cajun. I didn't really need this, but now I got a lot. Louisiana Cajun seasoning. Okay? Louisiana Cajun seasoning. So, I always use Tony Satcheris. It's my son's favorite. I have used this, a recipe called for it. And I had somebody that used to live with us, a friend of my son's. He asked me to buy this one time for him. Because, sometimes since he was giving us money to stay with us, I would ask him, what do you want when I go to the store? Besides what I buy to cook. But, and one time he said, Slap Your Mama. And I have never heard of it until he said that. So, but, these go in the back, so I'm going to leave the other stuff out. So I was going to use this, but I haven't opened it yet. So I'm just going to go, this time instead of Tony's, I'm going to go with Slap Your Mama. It's Cajun seasoning, original blend. Okay? But you sprinkle some of that on top of the cheese sauce after it's all melted and cheesy. Okay? There's no amount, you just sprinkle some on. Okay? Okay, so gonna get this out. She just put it on a paper plate. But I'm just putting it into a bowl because I'm getting pain in my hand. I was getting pain in my hand. Thought I was going to drop the pan. But, when she did the cheese in the pan and stuff, the pan looked all clean. Just getting a pain in my hand. It's a sharp pain going through. So I don't know. Sorry, guys. So I'm just going to rinse that spoon. I'm just going to use this to wipe out because it doesn't need to be perfectly clean. Okay?
Of butter, melt that, and then whisk in 2 cups of heavy cream. You'll then slowly whisk in 2 cups of shredded Mexican cheese, and once it's nice and cheesy like this, you'll sprinkle on some Cajun seasoning. You'll then grab a greased baking dish.
I was just looking at what kind of spoon she was stirring the if she was using a whisk, because they'll get all. I'm just gonna do it on low because it does not. I mean medium because it does not say the temperature, but I don't want to cheese get all burnt, you know. So 4 tablespoons. Now, I have some unsalted butter. I'm going to use that. Okay, so let me. Or something on my counter. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's already on low. I'm putting it back over there. Let the butter melt. Let me see, this whipping cream is good till, 126. Did I open this one already? Yes, this is the open one. Okay. Put this butter away. Oh, let me rinse this spoon so it doesn't get all the... Okay, I did not soap it. I just rubbed the stuff off because did not want all that stuff from the spoon in the cheese sauce here. Okay, get that ready. Get the tortillas ready. I'm gonna have to cut them in half. Sorry, guys. I had to move the lid because it was in the way. All right. Let me put the chair back. Sorry. All right. So let's measure 2 cups. All right. This is good till 126. So I didn't realize heavy cream last one. So the other heavy cream is brand new I got. So I'll use that and take it to my husband's mom's on Christmas because I'll need it for my macaroni. Homemade macaroni I'm making. I did not, I told her I had heavy cream, not realizing that I was going to use it tonight. I forgot. I didn't even pay attention. That's what I need to do the day before. I need to check the ingredients again to make sure I still have them all. Usually I do, but if it's like heavy cream or something and I make something else with, I don't know. Usually I buy enough heavy cream for what if I need it for more than one recipe, but all right, that's melting. All right, 2 cups of Mexican cheese, Mexican blend, however. Okay, if it's not enough, I think I got another bag. So, all right, so let's put the heavy cream in there. Okay. Let's get that all mixed up with the butter. Okay, so there's only, I'll see how. In this bag, there's only this much left, but I'll see how much or how cheesy it looks. Okay. Let all that cheese melt, and then I'll be putting the cayenne pepper, and then I'll be turning it off. So let's do the I always cut the tortillas with a knife, but I'm going to do it with the pizza cutter today, see if it'll work. Right down the middle. It didn't make it dirty, but it doesn't really want to cut through it either, so let's use a knife. Okay, I did 4 of them because I think there's 4 halves, which is 2 on each layer. So that would be 1 layer, be 2 layers, and I'll do 2 more if I need a 3rd layer. Depends how much ground beef. So homemade, no bananas, no baked banana split cake. Oh. That sounds good. I just happened to see that. Sorry. Because it keeps going out of my Facebook Cooks group. So you can go on to Facebook Cooks. It's a group on Facebook. And you can look up taco lasagna and you'll see the reel. Okay? Just follow the reel. Or you can just follow my video. Okay?
And then again, one more time, but instead of topping it with tortillas at the end here.
Let me see how long it's got to bake in the oven for how
You'll then
the
bake this at
temperature.
400 degrees for 15 minutes. If you're looking for something easy to make for this Taco Tuesday, try this taco lasagna. If you're looking for something easy to make for this Taco Tuesday, try this taco lasagna. It's so easy to make. I have the written recipe at mealsandmunchies.com, but here's how you can do it. Brown 1.5 pounds of ground beef and then drain the grease and season it with some taco seasoning. Use 1 or 2 packets just depending on how much seasoning you like. Once that's cooked, remove it from your pan and then add 4 tablespoons of butter, melt that, and then whisk in 2 cups of heavy cream. You'll then slowly whisk in 2 cups of shredded Mexican cheese, and once it's nice and cheesy like this, you'll sprinkle on some Cajun seasoning. You'll then grab a greased baking dish and cut some tortillas in half, and layer the tortillas with some of the ground beef, some of the queso cheese, and some pico de gallo. You'll then repeat this 2 more times with the tortillas, ground beef, queso, and pico de gallo. And then again 1 more time, but instead of topping it with tortillas at the end here, we're going to top it with some more shredded cheddar cheese. You'll then bake this at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. If you're looking for something easy,
400 degrees for 15 minutes. So the oven was on before I even started cooking because my son made some pizza earlier and he forgot to turn the oven off. So I turned it off, so now I got to preheat it again. I didn't want to leave it on. I wanted to give it a break. So I'll put the first layer on there so it'll be ready. Okay, so one is going longwise. See See the long wise this way? I took the half, laid it down like that. Okay, see the long wise this way, Facebook? Took half, down. The other half, do it the opposite way on the other end. And then this on the long end, put it like that. So you take this on the long end and you have it facing like this and you put it down. Okay, so you'll get it like this. If you can see that. Okay? Let me know, YouTube, whoever watches this, if you saw that. Could you see the tortillas, how they were in there? I'll show you guys. Okay? So, you have this is going to lay down this way, and the other one's going to be the opposite way. Then you're going to take this, and you're going to lay it like that against there. And then you'll take the last one and lay it against the other side like that.
I didn't know what size to get, Mom. Mom.
So.
I didn't know what size to get. Is this enough? You didn't tell me.
You didn't ask. It should have been bigger.
How much do you
That's
need?
too little.
What are you mixing this in? Because I don't really like this. So how are you going to put it in there?
Guys, this is how little I got.
Mom?
It was supposed to go on top in each layer, but I'll just put very little since it's small.
My bad. You didn't say nothing.
It's okay.
It was like 5 something.
They didn't have a mild?
I didn't even look. I thought it was all the same.
Okay. All right, guys.
Here.
Oh.
I'm going to set your card on the table. All right? Huh? I'm going to set this on the table.
Okay. So it's cheesy. Started bubbling. If I do it anymore, it'll stick. So just let that do its thing while I turn the heat off. Okay. And let me double check because it looks like an awful lot of butter.
If you're looking for something easy to make for this Taco Tuesday, try this chocolate lasagna. It's so easy to make. I have the written recipe at mealsandmunchies.com, but here's how you can do it. Brown 1.5 pounds of ground beef and then drain the grease and season it with some taco seasoning. Use 1 or 2 packets just depending on how much seasoning you like. Once that's cooked, remove it from your pan and then add 4 tablespoons of butter, melt that, and then whisk in 2 cups of heavy cream. You'll then slowly whisk in 2 cups of shredded Mexican cheese, and once it's nice and cheap.
Yeah, it says whisk in, but she has
cheese
spatula,
sauce?
so it wasn't whisked. But now time for the Cajun seasoning. Okay.
This. Oh, there's something you might like.
This is the type of car that we cannot.
Okay, it's different than Slap Your Mama. Than the Tony Santos, but it's Cajun, so it'll work. Anything Cajun. Slap Your Mama, the Louisiana Cajun, Tony Santos, whatever you have that's Cajun seasoning. Just said Cajun seasoning, didn't say a particular one. Now, I was looking at the cheese. I'm thinking of just adding, since it's not much, that was it. It's not even 1/4 of a cup, maybe half a cup, I don't know. Since there was not much in there, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to put it back on medium so I can melt the rest of that cheese that I just poured in there. Okay? Just let that get.
Oh, just coming January 1st. Man.
I'm just going to use this to scoop up the ground beef and just use the other spoon for the, just drizzle the cheese. Okay, so turn it off. Okay, so it's going to be hot, I know. Calvin. That cheese is pretty good. But I do say so myself. Though, come taste it, Alvin. Though it might need a little salt. I don't know.
What?
Never mind then.
What do you need?
I wanted you to taste something. My son don't listen. He complains every time I try to call his name.
Yes.
Whose children are complainers? No one get up. Not that. The
All right,
cheese
go.
sauce. All right, that's it for that level.
Oh, that's good.
It's good.
Yeah, that's good. What's in it?
It's just heavy. It's the butter and then the heavy cream and then the cheese and then Cajun seasoning at the top. It asked me. It said put a little Cajun. Okay, so. Okay. That's what the first layer. Okay. I'm gonna add some. Put the pan in here. I'm gonna add some cheese. You just drizzle it across. Okay, so there you go. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some pico on top. But it's going to be very little since my son bought me a small one. It won't hardly be none. And then I'll sprinkle some pico on top of that, guys. But it'll be very little because that's all I got. Okay. So I'll just sprinkle very little. Not going to do much. And whatever we have left, which probably won't be hardly any, so I'll just throw it away. Okay, that's it. Okay. Just gotta rinse some measuring cup I put heavy cream in. Okay. So the next layer, I'm gonna do another layer of these. Same way I did it before. Okay, guys? Okay. Repeat. Ground beef. Okay, that may be more than enough than I thought. I didn't think it would be enough, so maybe 2 pounds will be enough. We'll see. I still could use 3 pounds. It could use a little more, yeah. But it's more than I thought, yeah. Okay. Okay. Get everywhere covered. All right. All right. Again, cheese sauce. Okay. It didn't call for the black beans and corn and rotel, Alvin. I just decided last minute to add 1 can of each because I felt like it. Okay. You can go back and forth this way, or you can go up and down, like drizzle it up and down. The short way or the long way, whichever way you want to do it, just drizzle some cheese.
Who was the first 76 that you come rookie of the year? Yeah, the better than that. Who was?
Okay,
Your favorite
so there we go.
Wrong.
You were right. I probably did not need anything bigger. That was probably a perfect size anyway. Okay, so one more. Oh, it cut through the bag a little bit too. One layer of tortillas. Oops. So when I close it up, I'll just have to fold it over the top instead of underneath the bottom. So, because it didn't. Okay. I should have cut it on top, but it's okay.
Yeah. This one has a boy from 8 Mile.
Okay.
Anthony Mackie.
All right, so that was 3 layers of the tortillas. And it's 2 on each layer. You just take 2 tortillas, cut them in half, put them on the end and each end like that. The end and the end. Okay, like I showed you. Okay, ground beef, cheese sauce, pico. Another thing of tortillas, ground beef, cheese, pico. And then a third time, tortillas, ground beef, the cheese, the rest of the cheese, the rest of the ground beef, the rest of the cheese, pico, and then top it with shredded cheese and 15 minutes in a 400-degree oven. Okay? So the rest of the ground beef will be going on top. Okay? And 15 minutes, I will talk to you guys, pay attention, and wash some dishes, because just checking, nobody has come on, so we all good. But her ground beef looked a little more spread out, like more empty spaces in between the ground beef, It really did. Maybe because she used 1.5 pounds, I don't know. I got 2 pounds to be exact. And I thought I was going to need 3 pounds, but maybe 2 pounds is enough. It depends how thick you want your layers, how much ground beef you want in each layer. So I would say go between 2 and 3 pounds. Okay? 2 pounds might be good, but you can go 3 pounds if you want. But 1.5 pounds, I think, will be a little too low. But if you don't need much ground beef, you can do that if you want. Okay? All right, so the ground beef's on there. So now I'm going to finish it off with the rest of this cheese. It said, I should have took the rest of the cheese, forgetting that I had the top of the casserole with some shredded cheese. I forgot about that. So I should have saved what was left in the bag. The top on top of the casserole. But, because I put that last extra cheese I put in there, it made it a little too thick, but it's okay because I think I have some more. I think I have another bag of it. Anyway. And if I don't, we will be using cheddar cheese. Don't matter.
I think that's like so, wasn't it? Yeah. I've never seen that shit with the doors open.
The cheese is pretty good. I would make this cheese just to dip chips in too. But yeah, that extra cheese after the 2 cups really made it a little thick, so we don't want to do that. Okay. Let's add and the pico. Use my other hand. So.
Over there. Give me
Okay, so.
Right there.
That's the end of that. All right, so let's get some. See, I knew I was low, so I bought some more. See? And if not, I would have just used cheddar cheese and bought some more Friday when I go shopping. I'm not cooking tomorrow or Thursday. Friday, my chicken recipe I don't think takes cheese, so it wouldn't have mattered. But yeah, preheat the oven to 400. For 15 minutes.
Sorry, I'm late.
Hey, give me that. Fine. Over there.
Spread it out. And there's not a certain amount to spread on top. So just cover the top with as much as you like. No major amount. Yeah, I just put a little bit on the edges because sometimes the edges miss it and you have a whole lot. Because you don't want to put it too close to the edge when you got a whole big bunch in there because then it'll all fall over the edge. So when you put some cheese around the edge, just take a little bit. Just take a little bit and get close to the edge. Because when you have a big handful and you're sprinkling it all over, it will go all over the place if you try to put it like a big handful and you try to spread it near the edge. Yeah. So if you don't get too much to the edge, just take a little bit and get it. Okay? All right. Just some helpful ideas. And some stuff I learn as I do this. So if I make a mistake, I'll own up to it and tell you so we can fix it and know what to do next time. Yeah? Okay, so that should be good enough. That's good enough. All right. Okay. All right, so the oven is preheated. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Casserole dish. Wow, it's heavy. So be careful. I timed it for 15 minutes. Nobody on there, just checking. Hi, Sherry. How are you doing? Thank you for coming. I'm sorry I missed you. I see you're gone. Sorry I missed you. I was trying to put the casserole together. Okay? I was just trying to put the casserole together. Okay? Now, I'm going to ask one thing of you guys. If you come on here, and this includes, I'm just taking that because I keep this on the counter by the other season, taking it out since I used up the other pepper. This includes you too, YouTube. If you come on here and I don't say hi right away, could you please just give me a couple of minutes because I may be focused on something with the recipe, but I do turn around to look at my YouTube and Facebook to see if anybody's come on. So just give me a few minutes to turn around and check because I definitely will. I always do. just sometimes I don't do it right away when you come on, and then y'all leave. And then by the time I see you, y'all are gone already. I've asked this several times on my cooking videos. Give me a moment, because I may be in the middle of stirring something, putting the casserole together. I may be in the middle of who knows what for my cooking. So just give me a moment, and I will look on here and check if anybody new has come on. Okay, guys? That's all I ask. And then, after 2, 3, 4 minutes or whatever, if I still haven't noticed you and you want to leave, go right ahead. But just give me a minute. Okay? Just give me a moment. Okay? All right.
Watch out.
Okay? I'm just being silly. That's all I'm getting in my head because I keep playing it on all these reels. On my head. It's on my head. Yeah, 'cause I don't like all these. This steak has a lot of stuff in it. And I don't like it there, and then add casserole dish, and then add our bowls that we ate out of, and it's too much. So I like the casserole. I like to get some of the stuff done. While the casserole's in the oven. You know how it is, guys. I do. Okay.
Keep going back there.
Especially if it's big pots and pans, I like to get them out the way as well.
Yeah, I don't really need to win here, right?
And yes, if you see me leaning over to put stuff in, I'm putting my stuff in the dishwasher. Because that's where I put it to dry. Because number one, there's actually two main reasons. And my number one main reason is because I don't like the dish drainers getting all, they get so much water in there and they get all yucky and moldy, and and to keep it from doing that, you'd have to wash it almost every single time you use it. put the dishes in and let them dry if you let them dry overnight. And then the next day when you take the dishes out, put them away, put the dry dishes away. And then clean the thing. And then do it all over everything else. So instead, I just put them in the dishwasher to dry. Because we don't use the dishwasher anyway. So the only way that I would ever use my dishwasher, which we have in the past, is if we had a major, get together, years ago, before we even moved to Texas, I think it was, we hosted, it was Christmas, I think. It might have been Thanksgiving, but I think it was Christmas. And that was the first time in my entire life, probably, I don't know about growing up, but I know as an adult, first time I was ever able to host a holiday thing at my house. Because I had a good sized kitchen, and we had a table that fit 6 people, and we had, I think, the kitchen was big enough that when you come in, there was plenty of room to walk around. You could have 5 people in there. There was plenty of room in the back side of the kitchen for the kitchen table, the dining room table, because that's where it went inside the kitchen. You walk inside the kitchen, you go off towards your right, you got the stove and all that stuff, and then you go off to your left side, and there was a table. And against the wall, we had a metal shelf thing where we put some of our dry food because we didn't have a cabinet thing to put it in. So we did that. And we just asked my husband Sam, he asked to bring, do you have a card table? So he brought a card table and 4 chairs, and so we had 6 people that could fit at our table, and then we had the card table. And the card table actually fit open with all 4 chairs in the kitchen too when you first walk in. Yes, it did. So that's how big our kitchen was. I mean, we didn't have an island in there, but it was good enough. And that's where the back door to the porch went. So it was all good. And then when we moved the next year down the street to the next house, the kitchen was almost as big. The dining room table went in there. You walk right in the kitchen, right off to your left was the dining room table. And then you walk behind the dining room table, and then there was the porch to walk outside and down the stairs towards the backyard. Then you had the other part of the kitchen, the regular stove and all that. And one time we had my youngest daughter, we had her birthday party, and we had that card table because it was given to us after we used it that one holiday, so we could keep it. So we kept it, and we used it when we had my daughter's birthday party. Well, she was only turning 2 years old, but we had my husband's dad. We had my 4 kids. Well, the 2-year-old with her birthday shoes in her high chair, but my mom, my brother. I think my brother was over there. So, we set that high chair up. I mean, we set the card table up too. So, but yeah. But, this year it's kind of like we're hosting, but we're going to be at somebody else's house, but we're cooking at their house, but still I'm bringing stuff that I have at home, you know, stuff that I already have, and she's buying some stuff. So it's like we're combining our stuff together. We're just cooking at her house. Yeah, my house is too small, plus I don't know. I don't like my apartment enough to be inviting people for a main meal like that. I mean, if it was when my daughter and stuff, I don't care. But like people like my husband's mom or other like friends, I know I'm too embarrassed. Not because I don't keep my house clean. It's just I just don't want to. Plus it's so yeah. Okay, so I wiped down the stove. The rag wasn't really that wet and the stove wasn't really that messy, so it won't leave it streaky. It usually does, so if it's really messy, I'll wait till the oven is turned off and cool down so the top is cooled down, so because it'll dry like super fast and then streak it. By the time I turn around, get a piece of paper towel to dry the stove so it don't become streaky. It's already dried because the stove is so hot. That's why I wait, but it wasn't really messy. And this wasn't, it was kind of a little damp, but not much, enough to clean it. But anyways, let's see what we got. 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. Okay? We have 2 minutes left. Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Alrighty. Anybody else on here? Let me see. Can I tag somebody? Let me see.
Yeah. So
you figure out the answer to your question?
I don't know what to do with this mission number 2.
So when they can see your thing.
I can write their name, but it doesn't. Like, you know, when you start writing it on Facebook and it comes up. Oh, that went away. Let me see if I just write their name. I put the @ sign in front. Nope, that don't even work.
Good. No.
No. It's like you should be able to tag someone during your live, but okay. So let's see. 20 seconds. So let me get the mitts ready. Oven mitts. My Christmas ones. Christmas Mickey Mouse. See, the insides have rubber things, see? See? Rubber things inside. I usually take things out with just one hand, especially the cookie sheets. But when the casserole dish is full,
Can you get it?
it's heavy.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Alrighty, so the cheese is good and brown. Let me show you guys what it looks like. And then I'm going to take a picture. Okay, YouTube. Okay, and I'll show you again what it looks like when I put it in a bowl. Okay, Facebook. But I'll show you all what it looks like after I serve it in a bowl so you can see what the inside looks like. Food. But let me take okay.
Cha-ching!
Took a picture.
Where do you want it? Right there?
Go ahead. There is a third one in the dishwasher. You might have to dry the bowl, but I use a metal spatula, metal one. It cuts through it pretty well instead of the plastic spatulas, but my son got a metal one. You need to put your hand in there to hold it. Okay, guys. It's okay. Alrighty, guys. Do you see? Well, let me show you. That's what it looks like on the inside. Okay?
Let me get my fork.
No, Alvin, don't do
I
it.
can't use a fork?
No.
It's a fork!
No. He's trying to use one of those big, huge forks that you poke
Let's try
roast
it.
with and pull it out of the crock pot. Excuse me. All right, guys, see? Can you see that? That's what the inside looks like. Can you see it? Okay, that's what the inside looks like, guys. And my son is trying it, so he'll probably give you approval in just a second.
Okay.
He said that's good, Facebook and YouTube. And my son's good with that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alrighty, guys.
Hey, Thomas. Get that ready.
Trying to cut it. Did not want to take a whole piece. Okay, guys. All right. Oh, that's good. That's good.
I probably look real stupid.
No, I'm not even laughing at you. He does get around. Mary did lie.
Yeah.
Okay. I was in
Oh, that's good.
So today was a good day.
But that's a small piece.
Oh my God, you were there.
I go to grab the pan to hold it, and I keep forgetting that it's hot.
I'm Terry. Nice to meet you.
So I'm going to put another small piece on top, because that one little piece wouldn't have been enough for my husband. All right, guys, hold on. Let me go give it to him. Oh, that is good. That is good.
Are you gonna get it?
Good?
Yeah, that's what you name
And you really can't taste the pico, can you?
That's a little thick, though, eh?
The pico was a medium. My son just grabbed it, didn't look. But that was really good. So, yeah, that was like, see? Okay? So, see the inside? All right, guys. I'm gonna take a picture of my bowl when I make my bowl, but I'll make my bowl so they get obvious since I already did my husband's and I took a taste test for you guys. Okay? So, I'm going to go end this the way I end all lives, and I'll be on live tomorrow on Facebook, on Elizabeth Gibbs, and Instagram, AngelBabyGirl77, okay? I'll be on this page on Facebook that I am on now, because I usually come on this page just for the cooking. But since I was on my regular live on Elizabeth's Life, tomorrow will be Elizabeth Gibbs, this page, and Instagram, AngelBabyGirl77. Okay, guys? 1 o'clock p.m. Central. All right? So I will see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate everyone who came on here to watch, and anybody who will come on and watch the replay later on. I appreciate you. I love you guys. Stay positive, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Bye, YouTube. Bye, Facebook.
You know what?